Broadcasting live from the Riddicks via OBS Studio Broadcast Center at Centennial Sportsplex. This is GNASH Hockey on the Middle Tennessee Sports Network. And as we have reached the final week of the 2024-2025 GNASH regular season before the Thanksgiving break, the first of 5 full weeks left in the regular season. And we've got a triple header to bring in tonight, our first triple header broadcast of the season. First up, a big game between Ensworth-Nolensville-Lipscomb and NBA. Ensworth had a chance to clinch a Predators Cup berth on Friday night, but they tied with the Outlaws, so they get another crack tonight. Speaking of the Outlaws, they're in our second game of the night as they take on Brentwood. A big game there. A win for the Outlaws would put them firmly in 8th place in the standings and probably make them the absolute favorite to get that last Preds Cup spot. And then in the final game of our tripleheader, the Rutherford Rampage, coming off a 5-0 loss to the Outlaws last week, taking on a tough Station Camp Liberty Creek team who could derail their hopes of getting into the big dance. But first, let's do what we always do when it comes to pregame, and that is going over the results from last week. We had games on 4 nights last week, our busiest week of the season so far. So last Monday, the Tennessee Outlaws beat the Rutherford Rampage 5-0. Hendersonville Beach Lawson beat Father Ryan 6-0. Montgomery Bell beat Centennial FRA 2-0. Brentwood defeated Station Camp Liberty Creek 3-2. And Franklin celebrated their senior night by beating Mount Juliet Wilson Central Green Hills 6-0. Wednesday, Ensworth-Nolensville-Lipscomb beat Independence BAUSN Nashville Christian 8-0. JP2MLK beat Brentwood 4-1. Summit Page beat Montgomery County 13-1. On Thursday, Franklin beat Father Ryan 6-1. And on Friday, the Outlaws and Ensworth finished in a 1-1 tie. There were supposed to have been 2 games on Friday. The other scheduled game was between Station Camp and Indy. That game has been rescheduled to Monday, December the 16th. So here are the standings coming into tonight. Ensworth still leading. No longer perfect, but still unbeaten. 9 wins and a tie. Franklin now in second at 8-2. Hendersonville Beach Lawson in third at 7-2-1. MBA in fourth at 6-2-1. Ravenwood in fifth at 6-1. Summit Page and JP2MLK both at 6-2. The Outlaws at 4-3-2 in 8th. Rutherford Rampage in 9th at 4-6. Brentwood in 10th at 3-6-1. Centennial FRA in 11th at 3-5. Father Ryan at 2-6-1. Station Camp Liberty Creek 1-6-2. Independence BAUSN Nashville Christian 1-6-1. Mount Juliet Wilson Central Green Hill 0-8-2. And the Montgomery County Rangers are at 0-9. The Rampage, Brentwood, Father Ryan, Station Camp, Indy, Mount Juliet, and Montgomery County have all been eliminated from contention for the GNASH Cup regular season championship. So here is the schedule for tonight. Coming up in a few minutes here on Rink 8, Centennial, Ensworth-Nolensville-Lipscomb taking on MBA. If Ensworth win, they clinch the first Predators Cup berth. But if they lose, in order to clinch a Preds Cup berth tonight, they need Montgomery County to beat Centennial, because any scenario where Centennial don't win, well, if Ensworth lose or tie with MBA, and then Montgomery County lose to or beat or tie with Centennial, then Ensworth would clinch a Preds Cup berth. But that's not going to happen. Montgomery County are not going to beat Centennial, nor are they going to tie them. So Ensworth need to beat MBA tonight to clinch a Preds Cup berth. Ensworth, by winning, would also knock Centennial out of contention for the GNASH Cup regular season championship. That would mean 8 teams would be out, which means Ensworth could not finish below 9th in the regular season. So that's why they would clinch a berth. 7:05 on Rink A, Brentwood taking on the Outlaws. 7:40 over on Rink B, Franklin taking on Ravenwood. 8:30 on the Terry Crispring and Bellevue, Centennial FRA taking on Montgomery County. This game was supposed to have been played on Friday, December 6th. As I said in the newsletter, if you get the newsletter. I think this is the first time in my time of being around GNASH that a game that was firmly on the schedule for as long as it was moved ahead. Normally when games are rescheduled, they're moved back. They're moved later in the season. This game was moved forward by almost 3 weeks. It's being played 18 days earlier than it was scheduled. I don't think it's ever happened. 8:35 here on Rink A, the Rampage taking on Station Camp Liberty Creek. Pregame for Brentwood Outlaws at 7 o'clock. Pregame for Rutherford and Station Camp at 8:30. Now, another thing. If the Outlaws beat Brentwood and then Centennial beat Montgomery County are officially a Hein Cup team. If Brentwood and the Outlaws tie, Centennial and Montgomery County tie, or if the Outlaws lose to Brentwood, actually I don't know. I don't know if that would get, but Montgomery County do have a chance of claiming a Hein Cup berth tonight. If the Outlaws win and then they lose to Centennial, and then Montgomery County lose to Centennial, they're off to the Hein Cup. Actually, no. If the Outlaws win, period. No, they would not. No, they would not, because the Montgomery County game would just be underway. Montgomery County can still get to 6 wins, whereas a win for the Outlaws would put them at 5 wins, 12 points from 2 wins, or 5 wins and 2 ties. Okay, so yeah, if the Outlaws win and then Montgomery County lose to or tie with Centennial, they're in the Hein Cup. Yeah, I know it was a lot to say. All right, let's talk about the two teams playing our first game of the night. First up, Ensworth-Nolensville-Lipscomb, coached by Tim McAllister, the reigning Preds Cup champs. Let's look over the results of their last 5 games coming into tonight. Results of their last 5 games, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, dating back to October 28th when they beat the Rampage 6-1. November 4th, they beat Franklin 3-0. 2 nights later, November 6th, they beat Hendersonville-Beach-Lawson by the exact same score, 3-0. Last Wednesday, they beat Indy 8-0, and then on Friday, a 1-1 tie with the Outlaws. This is the 11th game of the season for Ensworth. They play JP2 on Wednesday night. We're going to have that game. It's going to be our last game broadcast before the Thanksgiving break. That'll be Ensworth's 12th game of the season. So they'll only have 3 games left in the regular season once we come back from the Thanksgiving break. And they're going to play 2 of them in December. Let's move on to the stats. Spencer Kern, the team's leading scorer, he has 14 points from 9 goals and 5 assists. Lucas Tarquin, 13 points from 5 goals and 8 assists. Trex Hooper, 12 points from 10 goals and 2 assists. Jackson Malleus-Mayer, 11 points from 6 goals and 5 assists. Henry Cravens, 9 points from 5 goals and 4 assists. Logan Campbell, 8 points from 4 goals and 4 assists. Hudson Honeybone, 8 points from 5 goals and 3 assists. Charlie Bonnert, 6 points from 3 goals and 3 assists. Emmett Zakos with 6 points from 2 goals and 4 assists. Weston Herringer, 4 points from a goal and 3 assists. Jack Stooner, 4 points from a goal and 3 assists. Beckett Adams, 4 points all from assists. Henry Esser, 2 points from a goal and an assist. Heath Hudy, Will Copeland, and Joseph Simonetti each have a point for a goal. Clayton Forbes and Logan Green each have a point from an assist. So every Ensworth skater has a point to their name so far. Or every Ensworth skater has a point to their name. On to goalie play, Bingston Soundara has played in 5 games. 4 of those were starts. His record 3-0-1. He's played 188 minutes. Goals against average of 0.24. He's allowed 1 goal on 77 shots, turned away the other 76. His save percentage in the regular season so far is .987. He also has a point from an assist. Ruben Allen has played in 5 games. All of them were starts. His record 5-0. He's played 189 minutes. Goals against average of 1.19. 1 shutout. Bingston Soundara has 3 shutouts. 1 shutout. Allen's allowed 5 goals on 50 shots, turned over the other 45. His save percentage in the regular season so far is .900, and he has 2 points from assists. Let's move on to NBA. Co-head coached by Max Wutzke and J.P. Dumont. Come on, pull them up. 6-2-1 coming into tonight. As we go over the results of their last 5 games. dating back to October 23rd when they beat JP2MLK 5-2. Lost to Ravenwood 3-1 on October 28th. October 30th, they beat the Rampage 3-0. November 4th, they beat Brentwood 9-0. And then last Monday, they beat Centennial FRA 2-0. So let's go over their stats coming into tonight. Matthew Moore with 17 points from 10 goals and 7 assists. Trace Graham, it should be 14 points from 5 goals and 9 assists. Ethan Sides with 10 points from 6 goals and 4 assists. Who did they? Oh, they gave Hudson Higgins. Okay. Oh, did they correct Trace Graham's stats? Did they put in the correct? No, they did not. Anyway, Ethan Sides with 10 points from 6 goals and 4 assists. Ethan Moore 7 points from 6 goals and an assist. Michael Datillo 7 points from 3 goals and 4 assists. Cortland Klett 6 points from a goal and 5 assists. Andrew Freck 5 points from 2 goals and 3 assists. Duke Dalba 4 points from 2 goals and 2 assists. James Lehrman 4 points from a goal and 3 assists. Emmett Castile 3 points all from assists. Hudson Higgins has 2 points from assists. So does Lawson Brown. Fritz Moorman 2 points from goals. Ben Eady and Henry Burke each have a point from a goal. On to goalie play, Hunter Wick has played 8 games. All of them were starts. His record 6-1-1. He's played 321 minutes, 4 shutouts. He's allowed goals against average of 0.98. He's allowed 7 goals on 151 shots, turned away the other 144. His save percentage in the regular season so far is .954. Aiden Becker has played in 2 games. One of those was a start. His record 1-0-0. He's played 54 minutes, goals against average of 2.5. No shutouts. He's allowed 3 goals and 21 shots, turned away the other 18. His save percentage in the regular season so far is .857. Ready to go with this one. Goaltending matchup, no surprise. Hunter Wick starting in goal for MBA. Bingston Soundara starting in goal for Ensworth. For this first period, MBA will carry the puck my left to right. Ensworth from my right to left is immediately Matthew Moore with a shot. That has to be turned away. Now the puck in front. A shot from Ethan Sides. Stopped. 2 big saves. Oh, it's Ruben Allen in goal for Ensworth. Okay, so Ruben Allen with a big save less than 20 seconds in. Puck now in the right wing corner of the NBA zone. And it's taken by Ethan Sides. Passed over Trace Graham out at center. Got away from him. Sent back the other way by the Ice Tigers. Oh, and a pass to the slot. Trex Hooper hit his skates. I think this is Spencer Kern getting knocked into the boards by Trace Graham. There's a shot in the right point. Score! Off the glove of Hunter Wick and in. I think it's Henry Cravens. Henry Cravens with a shot from the right point that goes off the glove of Hunter Wick into the back of the net. And it takes just 54 seconds for Ensworth to strike first. So Ruben Allen comes up with that big save on Ethan Sides less than 20 seconds in. And then over 30 seconds later, Henry Cravens getting Ensworth on the board. Puck in the Ensworth zone, and here come the Ice Tigers to center. Henry Esser, right wing side of the NBA zone. Sending it on goal, stopped. Was redirected on goal by Jackson Malleus-Mayer, stopped by Hunter Wick, and then the rebound try from Lucas Tarquin playing against his old team was stopped as well. Puck cleared out by NBA along the near kick plate. It's going to go for an icing. 12:31 to go in the first. It's already 1-0 Ensworth. Draw going to be to the right of Wick. Draw one by NBA. Puck whipped around the wall to the far side by Michael Datillo. Ethan sides with it at center, but he whiffed trying to push it along, and it smacked away from him. And it goes back into the NBA zone where Datillo ends up icing it. Draw to the right of Wick. Puck ends up behind the net off the draw. Comes to Matthew Moore, smacks it off the near side glass and out. And now it's taken by Ethan Sides in the Ensworth draw to the right wing side, shot, score! Matthew Moore with a hard clear off the near side glass. Ethan Sides catches up to it, and from the right face-off dot, he fires it into the roof of the net, and it takes just 63 seconds for NBA, or 65 seconds, excuse me, for NBA to answer Ensworth's goal with one of their own. It's 1-1 with 12:01 to go in the first. Draw one by the Ice Tigers. Puck brought into the zone by Heath Hudie. Turned over, they're trying to get it out. Held in Jack Stooner on the left wing. Dooner trying to go to the slot. Had it knocked away, held in at the left point. Pass down the wall. Comes back up to the left point. And dumped back down deep. Puck up against the kick plate. Michael Datillo battling away with Will Copeland. Coming up with it is Jack Stooner. He comes out to the right wing. Backhands it over. Comes back to Dooner. Shot in the right half wall. Takes a bounce and bounces past the net to the left of Hunter Wick. And it's going to be iced by Fritz Moorman. 11:08 to go in the first. Game tied at 1. Ensworth just spent almost a minute in the NBA zone with a puck. Draw is going to be to the right of Wick. One by Ensworth and a shot from the blue line, and Emmett Zakos misses the net to the left of Wick. Puck goes all the way back down into the Ensworth zone. Trex Hooper catches up to it. Hooper drops it behind the net. Now Lucas Tarquin passing it up the far side. Taking Spencer Kern, brought into the NBA zone, and he shoots it past the net to the right of Wick. Puck out at center, going to be picked up Duke Dalba. He goes into the Ensworth zone, but he left the puck behind him, and it's brought in offside by Ethan Moore. 10:36 to go in the first. 1-1. Draw going to be on the dot across from the Ensworth bench. One by the Ice Tigers. Puck brought through center, back into the Ensworth zone. Shot from Hudson Honeybones. Off the arm, the left arm of Hunter Wick into the netting above the glass on the bleacher side of the ice. First meeting between these two teams since the Preds Cup Winners Bracket Final back on February 22nd, which Ensworth won 5-1. Draw to the right of Wick, won by the Ice Tigers. Puck turned over to the Big Red, and nearly forcing a turnover and being able to carry it to the NBA net all alone was Charlie Bonnert, who almost had that turnover. Puck was iced by the Big Red, draws to the left of Wick. One by Ensworth. Here's Henry Cravens trying to move down the right wing. He almost tripped and fell over, lost the puck. Cleared out by Matthew Moore. Puck sliding back into the Ensworth zone. Offside warning against the Big Red. Puck ends up back in the Ensworth zone. Ice Tigers will bring it out. With it is Malleus Mayer. Brings it into the NBA zone. Has some space down the right wing. A little backhander from the right circle. Tipped over the net by Wick. Here's Malleus-Mir behind the net again. Passing it up to the right point. There's a shot from Henry Cravens. It's blocked. Puck comes over to the near side. Trace Graham trying to chop it out. Sends it out to center, but Lucas Tarquin intercepts. Brought back in on the right wing side by Henry Cravens. This shot slowed up by the stick of Graham. Puck cleared out by Lawson Brown. NBA making some changes. Emmett Castile from the right on top of the red line dumps the puck back into the Ensworth zone, so no icing. Puck cleared out of the Ensworth zone and up. Being chased by Henry Esser, having to go all the way back into his own zone to the end boards was Cortland Klett. Now here's Esser, bottom left circle, shot right into the chest of Wick. Puck comes up to the left point, held in Hudson Honeybone. His shot off the stick of Castile, deflected into the right wing corner. And now Castile with the puck at center, but he couldn't hang on to it. He couldn't hang on to the pass from Klett. Here's Honeybone, bringing it back into the NBA zone, shot in the high slot, blocked away by Wick. Puck just held into the blue line. I think it's Weston Herringer wearing number 2, backhanding it down deep. Logan Green behind the net, passing it into the right wing corner. Esser pushed off the puck by Edwin Bass. That's backhanded back up towards the right point, and Herringer works it down the wall back into the right wing corner, picked up by Bass, tried to clear, held in Herringer. Sends it back down, Bass intercepts. Here's Cortland Klett flipping it out to center, where it's on the stick of Hudson Honeybone. NBA'll change, full change. Herringer brings it back into the NBA zone on the right wing side. Trying to go to the slot, gets the puck back left circle. Drops it back up the wall, Heath Hudie. Sends it up to the left point, Honeybone. Gets around Andrew Freck, starts moving down the left wing, try to pass it to the net. Hudie sends it past the net to the right of Wick. Picked up Jax Dooner on the right wing side, backhanded up to the right point, and Herringer works down the wall, trying to go to the slot. Puck knocked away by Duke Dalba. Lawson Brown tried to clear, but it hit a fallen Herringer. Comes to Heath Hudie, but he can't hang on to it. Puck out on the far side. Dalba had it go into the skates of Jack Studer, come right back to him, and now it's back in the Ensworth zone where Honeybone beats Matthew Moore to it. Herringer with a puck behind his own net. Oh, he gives it away. Dalba in the left wing corner, trying to put it back behind the net. Comes out in front. Going to be held into the blue line by Lawson Brown. Tried to pass it over to Andrew Freck, but it skipped through his skates. Now here's Hudson Honeybone, skating through center. Back into the NBA zone on the right wing side. Gets off a shot that I think hit the outside of the post to the left of Wick. They're saying it was a shot on goal. Now here's Freck. Back into the Ensworth zone, and the puck knocked away. Trex Hooper with it. Hooper. Behind his own net, sends it up the near side, but nobody in a black sweater was even close, and it goes for an icing. 6:14 to go in the first. The game is tied at 1. Draw is going to be to the left of Reuben Allen, who's not faced a shot on goal since Ethan Side scored nearly 2 minutes into the game. Here comes one from Matthew Moore in the right circle, off, I think, the mask of Allen, and into the netting above the glass. No, they're going to say it was out off Moore's stick altogether. They're going to drop the puck in front of the Ensworth bench. Won by the Ice Tigers. Here goes Spencer Kern through center. Puck knocked away by Matthew Moore, but it ends up in the NBA zone anyway. Kern with it. High slot. Sends it down low. Logan Campbell couldn't hang on to it right in front of the net. Out on the right wing side, he gives it off to Kern. Puck in the right wing corner. Now Cortland Klett with it. Sends it into the netting above the glass on the bleacher side of the ice. 5:41 left in the first. Game tied at 1. Draw is going to be to the left of Hunter Wick. Draw one by NBA. Puck whipped around the boards by Michael DiTillo. Cleared out by Trace Graham, but it comes right to Emmett Zakos at center. And the puck given away at center to Matthew Moore. He'll bring it back. No, he did not bring it back into the Ensworth zone. It was poked away. It's drifting back into the NBA end. Logan Campbell with it. Sends it down the right wing boards to Trex Hooper. He'll drop it behind the net for Spencer Kern. Kern comes out to the left wing side. Gets knocked down from behind by Michael DiTillo. And a tussle for the puck. Trex Hooper backhands it over to DiTillo, and it backhands it over to Campbell, and it knocked away by DiTillo. Henry Cravens pokes it away from a fallen Matthew Moore, and finally Michael DiTillo ends up icing it. Craziness there. 4:50 to go in the first. 1-1. Draw is to Hunter Wick's right. One by Ensworth. Shot from the left point. Takes a deflection, comes back up to the left point, and it's number 6. Again, it's supposed to be Beckett Adams wearing number 6. I'm not sure if that's him or not, because a lot of the Ensworth players aren't wearing the numbers that are on the roster on the GNASH website. Puck cleared out by the Big Red, but Hudson Honeybone has it at center. Honeybone back into his own zone, almost fell over trying to get away from Andrew Freck. Now here's Lucas Tarquin at center. Had the puck swept away by Duke Dalba, but it's taken back by Ensworth. Now here's Charlie Bonnet trying to go to the front of the net. Hands the puck off. Put out in front. Beckett Adams shot in the slot. Stopped by Wick. Rebound cleared out of the zone. Here's Duke Dalba, left wing side of the Ensworth zone. A shot blocked. Puck sent the other way by Ensworth. It was going to be icing, but Lawson Brown refused to play it as it passed right by them, so the linesman dropped his arm. Puck taken back by Ensworth. There's a shot from Henry Esser from right behind the blue line. Had to be turned away by Wick. Puck up against the boards at the kick plate near the left wing corner. Now it's coming up the boards. Herringer trying to send it around to the far side. Lawson Brown gets to it. Sends it up the wall. Kept alive. Now it's behind the net. Logan Green sending it over to the far side. And it's cleared out by the Big Red. But Emmett Zakos slowed it down right at the blue line. Controls it and brings it back into the left wing side. Zakos wanted to stop in the left circle, but the puck got away from him. Henry Burke with it now. Puck now behind the net. Lawson Brown sending it around to the far side. Held in right point. Zakos a shot. Gloved and held on to by Wick. .230 to go in the first. Game tied at 1. Draw is to the left of Wick. Draw was won by Ensworth, but turned over to the Big Red. And here's Ethan Sides carrying it into the Ensworth zone. And the puck brought out in front and a shot gloved and held on to by Reuben Allen. Strawby to his right. One by the Big Red, Andrew Freck. No, I'm sorry, it's James Lehrman backhanding it down the left wing side. Oh, but then it's turned over to the Ice Tigers and brought to center. Jack Stooner with it, right wing side of the NBA zone, right in front. Tried to get a shot on goal, but the puck was knocked away from him. Cleared out by NBA. Here's Beckett Adams inside his own zone. Passed ahead, Jack Stuner at center. Brings the puck back into the NBA zone on the left wing side. Behind the net. Backhanded up to the right point. And a shot blocked. And a shot in the right circle from Heath Udy blocked, and then it's knocked away from him by Cortland Klett. Sent up the far side and back into the Ensworth zone. Beckett Adams is going to track it down. Adams passes it over. Getting knocked down at center on the far side was Will Copeland. Got knocked down by Trace Graham. Puck dumped back into the Ensworth zone by Ethan Sides, who is the only NBA goal of the game. Back the other way come the Ice Tigers. Last minute of the first. Puck turned over by Spencer Kern inside the NBA zone. It's sent back in, though, from center by Weston Herringer. Offside warning against Ensworth, who aren't heeding it. And they finally blow it because Logan Campbell was not exiting the zone. Ensworth had 4 players ignore the offside warning. 3 of them actually came back out to touch up, but Logan Campbell never came back out. So it's an intentional offside against the Ice Tigers. 45.4 seconds left in the first game, tied at 1. Draws to the right of Ruben Allen. That's won by Ensworth. Logan Campbell behind his own net. Comes out to the left wing side. Oh, he gets pulled down. Got pulled down inside the zone by Ethan Sides. Under 30 seconds left in the period. Ensworth still with the puck. Now it's finally touched up by Matthew Moore. Oh, and then Moore. Okay, the ref was just blowing the whistle and pointing at Ethan Sides. I think he was going to call a penalty against Matthew Moore. So Ethan Sides called for tripping. No, it's Trace Graham who's called for tripping. Thought it was going to be Sides. It's Trace Graham in the box. So 25.1 seconds left in the first game, tied at 1. Ensworth getting the first power play. Draw is going to be to the left of Hunter Wick. Oh, wait a minute. Graham now has 4 minutes against him. So did he commit 2 penalties? I'm going to have to look. He got called for tripping on 1. It's a 4-minute power play for Ensworth. Puck up against the far wall. And flipped out to center by Matthew Moore. Trex Hooper with it, but he's going to run out of time. And that's the end of the first. Well, we had 2 goals in the first 2 minutes of the game. Henry Craven scored 54 seconds in, and then 65 seconds later it was Ethan Sides tying things up for NBA. So Ensworth and NBA are tied at 1 at the end of 1. Ready to go with the start of the second period. Ruben Allen still in goal for Ensworth. Hunter Wick still in goal for MBA for this second period. Ensworth will carry the puck from my left to right. MBA from my right to left. Trace Graham got called for tripping and holding towards the end of the first, so that's why he's serving 4 minutes. Ensworth starting this second period with 3 minutes and 34 seconds of power play time carrying over. Puck in the big red zone, immediately cleared out by Michael Datillo. Ruben Allen will push it ahead very gently to Hudson Honeybone. Honeybone takes off. Brings it into the NBA zone. Hands it off. Spencer Kern around the back of the net. Comes around to the near side. Passes up to the right point. Weston Herringer hands it back to Kern. Across to the left point. Now back to Kern. Oh, whiffed on the shot attempt. And then he falls over. But he manages, while prone, to poke the puck over to Hudson Honeybone, who shoots it past the net to the left of Wick. Now here's Andrew Freck, left wing side of the Ensworth zone. Tied up with Herringer on the back check, who's going to get a penalty for it. Hooking. So Weston Herringer will go to the box for hooking. 13-11 to go in the second game. Tied at 1. We'll have 2 minutes of 4-on-4. If Ensworth don't get another penalty when Herringer's expires, they'll be back on the power play for 46 seconds. Draw is to the right of Ruben Allen. One by Ensworth. Beckett Adams can't ice it because it's 4-on-4. Pass ahead, Jackson Malleus-Mayer still inside the zone. Now sends it ahead to Lucas Tarquin. Tarquin back into the NBA zone on the left wing side. Gets it over to the right wing. A shot stopped by Hunter Wick. Puck now back in the NBA zone. Here's Henry Cravens, a shot in the right circle. Stopped by Hunter Wick, and then the rebound try from Lucas Tarquin. Stopped by Wick as well. Stopped and covered. 80 seconds left in the 4-on-4. 12:31 to go in the second. Game tied at 1. Draw is going to be to Wick's left. Draw one by NBA. Clear it out of the zone. One half of the double minor against Trace Graham is done. So he has 2 minutes left to serve. Beckett Adams playing dangerously with a puck near his own net. Had to keep Duke Dalba from swiping it. Here's Trex Hooper, left wing side of the NBA zone. Leaves it for Spencer Kern. Now here's Kern. Backhanding it up to the right wing side. Logan Campbell moving down, pass across, Hooper, score! What a play by Ensworth! Campbell passed it across to Hooper, who was standing right in front of the net, and he one-times it home to give Ensworth the lead back. 2-1 with 11:59 to go in the second and 47 seconds to go in the 4-on-4. Michael Datillo sending the puck into the Ensworth zone off the draw. Ensworth controlling it. Here's Emmett Zakos out to center. Passing it up the near side, Lucas Tarquin, right wing side of the NBA zone. Tried to send it to the front of the net. Ended up in the skates of Jackson Malleus-Mayer. Less than 30 seconds left in the 4-on-4. NBA with a puck. Pass ahead, Ethan Sides. Off his stick, gets away from him. Zakos sending it over to the far side. Hudson Honeybone flips it up the far boards. But Ethan Sides slaps it right back in, but he was behind the red line, and it's still 4-on-4, so it's icing. 13 seconds left in the 4-on-4, 11:24 to go in the second, 2-1 Ensworth. Draws to Wick's right. Under a minute left in the penalties, in the penalty time against Trace Graham. By the way, Ensworth win the draw, but Hudson Honeybone can't keep the puck in the zone. They have it out at center. Penalty time against Ensworth is up. They're now on the power play for 47 seconds. Back on the power play. Shot from Henry Esser at the left point, turned away by Wick. And cleared down ice by MBA. Again, they're shorthanded for 30 more seconds. So icing waved off. Oh, and Ruben Allen, a little too ginger with a puck, poked it along with one hand behind his own net. Duke Dalba almost got there. Ensworth rescue it, try and clear it out of the zone. Lawson Brown sending it back to the inboards from the blue line. Picked up Hudson Honeybone. Honeybone carries the puck back into the NBA zone. No, he did not. Logan Green went into the zone ahead of him, so he had to retreat. Puck dumped back into the NBA zone by Henry Cravens. Penalty time against NBA is up, and they are back at even strength. Trace Graham out of the box, trying to catch up to the puck at center. He does. Leaves it inside the Ensworth zone for Duke Dalba. It's in front. Trace Graham. Oh, what a goal! What a goal! My word! Graham left it at the right point for Dalba. Sent it back down the right wing to Graham in front. And Allen didn't expect it. He fell over, left the right-hand side of the net open. And Graham backhands it in to tie the game at 2. Out of the box and under the score sheet, Trace Graham. 2-2 with 10:13 to go in the second. That was fabulous play from NBA. Absolutely fabulous. Will Copeland, right wing side of the NBA zone. I mean, that was beautiful. Luckily, the NBA video broadcast crew is here. I'm going to capture that and put my audio on it. I hope they don't mind. Here's Ethan Sides, right wing side of the Ensworth zone, pinned into the boards by Beckett Adams. Now passes back up to the right point, sent back down by James Lehrman. Now Matthew Moore, near the left wing corner, pinned into the boards by Henry Cravens. Graham with a puck. Graham carries it all the way back to the blue line, hands it off Lehrman, sends it down the wall to Ethan Sides. Now try to go back to the slot. Matthew Moore turns it over, and now Jack Studer with some space in the NBA zone. Over the puck got away from him. Right as he caught up to it, it got away from him. So NBA clear it out of their zone. Henry Cravens clears it out of the Ensworth end, back into the NBA zone, immediately cleared out by James Lehrman. Here's Ethan Sides, right wing side of the Ensworth zone, a shot. Stopped and held on to by Ruben Allen. 8:52 to go in the second, and the game is tied at 2. Draw is to the left of Allen. Ensworth win the draw, bring it into the NBA zone. Spencer Kern around the back of the net. Passes up to the left point, Weston Herringer. Across to Emmett Zako. Zako shot in the right point, off the right leg pad of Wick. Now Trex Hooper to the slot, a shot blocked. Zako's carrying it down the right wing, put it in front of shot. Got off a shot that was stopped by Wick with a right leg pad again. Spencer Kern sending the puck down to the right left wing corner. Now Trex Hooper passing up to the left point, Herringer. Try to go back down the wall to Hooper. And the puck ends up being cleared up by Matthew Moore. It's on goal. Ruben Allen has to stop it. So Ruben Allen having to make a save from 200 feet across the ice. Emmett Zako's carried the puck to center, but he turns it over. Duke Dalba brings it back in as it knocked away by Logan Campbell. Puck in the left wing corner, Campbell. Tried to clear it out, hit the stick of Ethan Moore. Moore shot from the slot, stopped and held on to by Allen. Allen having to make a big save on a turnover inside his own zone. 7:32 to go in the second. Game still tied at 2. Draw to the right of Allen. Ensworth win the draw. Lucas Tarquin, left wing side of the NBA zone. Around the back of the net. Here's a backhander score! Tarquin came back out to the bottom of the left circle, gets off a backhander that ends up in the roof of the net. Tarquin scoring against his old side, and Ensworth go back in front 3-2 with 7:11 to go in the second. NBA win the draw, but turn it over to Ensworth. Here's Hudson Honeybone, left wing side of the NBA zone. Backhands it over to the blue line. Henry Craven's shot blockered away by Hunter Wick. Taken back by NBA. Over, they turn it back over inside their own zone. Charlie Bonnert passing it off. Lucas Tarquin going down the left wing. Getting off a backhander, stopped and held onto by Wick. 6:37 to go in the second. 3-2 Ensworth. Draws to the right of Wick. NBA won the draw, got it out of the zone, sent back in by Ensworth, but offside warning, and it's touched up for the second time in the game. Ensworth are called for intentional offside. Draws to the right of Ruben Allen, won by NBA. Here's Ethan Sides, a backhander. Allen got a piece of it as he went past net to his left. Put back in the crease, and Allen has it covered. Trace Graham knocked it in, but the ref was already blowing the whistle. Trace Graham knocked it in, but the ref had already blown the whistle. Draws to the left of Allen. Tie up for the puck off the draw. And Spencer Kern with it at center, brings it into the NBA zone on the left wing side, falls over. Ethan Sides now sending it up the far wall. Here's Matthew Moore, right wing side of the Ensworth zone. Passes it over left wing side, but Sides couldn't get to it. Sides couldn't get to it. Trex Hooper does. Hooper passing it up the far side to center, and Spencer Kern dropping it back ahead to Hooper. Hooper sends it back into the NBA zone, but right to Michael Datillo. Datillo trying a home run past Ethan Sides. Deflected away from him by Herringer. Puck in the right wing corner of the Ensworth zone. Behind the net, here's Graham. Pushed off the puck by Hooper, who came flying in out of nowhere. Clearing attempt intercepted by Henry Burke, but then he gives it away to Logan Campbell. Campbell out at center. Back into the NBA zone. Around the back of the net. Clearing attempt is successful. NBA get it out of the zone, but brought right back in by Jax Dooner. Dooner up along the left wing boards, gets knocked down from behind by Michael Datillo, who's going to go to the box for it. Henry Craven's right circle shot. I think it was blocked. I don't think it ever got to Wick. Puck touched up by the Big Red. So Datillo's going to go to the box. Roughing the call. So Ensworth back to the power play, up 3-2 with 4:52 to go in the second. Draw going to be to the right of Wick. Draw one by Ensworth. Hudson Honeybone sending it down deep from the left point. Puck comes around to the near side. It's out at center. Cleared out by MBA. Ruben Allen plays it, sends it over to the far side. Hudson Honeybone trying to keep it away from Duke Dalba. Dalba taps it away, but then Honeybone takes it right back. Hands it off Tarquin. Over to Jackson Mayes-Mera. Mayes-Mera, right wing side of the NBA zone. Passes out to the blue line. Honeybone over to Henry Cravens. Cravens shot blocked. And the Big Red clear it out. Honeybone turns the puck over at center. Duke Dalba, left wing side of the Ensworth zone. A shot shouldered into the netting above the glass by Ruben Allen. 62 seconds left in the power play. 3:54 to go in the first. 3-2 Ensworth. Draw's going to be to Allen's right. NBA win the draw, but turn it right over to Ensworth. Under a minute left in the power play for the Ice Tigers. Trex Hooper leaving it for Spencer Kern inside the NBA zone. Kern at the right point. Moving along the blue line, leaving it for Hudson Honeybone. Starts carrying it down the left wing. Past the slot off the stick of Kern over to the near side. Kern passes it back over to the left wing and Honeybone. Honeybone leaving it the left wing boards for Kern, who whiffs on it. Whiffs on it, taken by Andrew Freck. Freck through center, into the Ensworth zone, down the slot. Backhanded shot stopped by Ruben Allen. Got right to the net, got off a backhanded shot that Allen stops. 20 seconds left in the power play for Ensworth. Here's another chance for Freck, a backhander stopped by Allen again at the left-hand post. Honeybone passing it up the far side. Hooper, left wing side of the NBA zone. Taking a shot. Oh, he hit the post to the right of Wick, which is actually behind him. Puck turned over to NBA. Penalty time against them is up. They're back at even strength. Here's Freck through center. Back in the Ensworth zone, left wing side. Taking a shot. Stopped by Allen. Honeybone sending it over to the far side. Hooper. Now Henry Esser out at center. Backhands it back into the NBA zone. Puck is behind the net. Sent around the wall to the near side. Logan Green with it at center. Flips it back into the NBA zone. And now, I think it's Clayton Forbes who got to the puck and backhanded it across. I think it's Clayton Forbes wearing number 9, I'm not sure. Here's Henry Craven's left point, losing the puck to Trace Graham. Graham to center. Back in the Ensworth zone, left wing side, he left the puck behind him. Cleared out by the Ice Tigers. Henry Cravens running into Lawson Brown inside the NBA zone. Puck carried to the front of the net, shot stopped and covered up by Wick. It's Henry Esser, I think, going to the front of the net. Minute 51 to go in the second, 3-2 Ensworth. Draw is to the left of Wick. One by Ensworth. Shot from Emmett. It goes right point. Just missed the net. High and wide to the left of Wick. Jack Stuner behind the net. Backhands it out in front. Wick has it covered. Wick stopped it and covered. Didn't let the centering pass get to Logan Campbell. Draw is going to be to Wick's left. One by Ensworth. Trying to clear it out. Trying to keep it in the zone. NBA are the ones trying to clear it out of their zone, and they do. Here's Henry Cravens trying to bring it right back in. Lost it in the skates of Grady Stahl. Got it back and was onside going into the NBA zone. Big Red cleared out at the far side. Now Heath Udy brings it back into the left wing. Past the slot, checks Amelia Smear's shot. I think it was it stopped by Wick or was it blocked? Stopped by Wick, last minute of the second. Puck held in, Henry Cravens down the right wing, taking a shot, turned away by Wick. Puck carried to the front of the net, but Charlie Bonnert couldn't get the shot away. Puck cleared out by the Big Red. Emmett Zakos brings it back into the right wing side. To the front of the net, shot hit the outside of the post to the left of Wick. Shot from Lucas Tarquin, turned away by Wick. Under 30 seconds left of the period. Shot from Tarquin, stopped by Wick, and the puck cleared on ice by NBA. It's not going to get to it. It died right as it crossed the Ensworth blue line. It died, so no icing. Here's Hudson Honeybone catching NBA interchange to the front of the net. Stopped by Wick, and he's got it covered. It was 4-on-0, and Hunter Wick said no. Wow. It was 4-on-0, and Hunter Wick stopped Hudson Honeybone. 1.8 seconds left in the second. Draw to the right of Wick. Tie up with the puck off the draw. Time runs out in the second. So it was tied at 1 coming into the second. Trex Hooper scored to give Ensworth the lead back. Then Trace Graham came out of the box and scored like 5 seconds later to tie it up. And then Lucas Tarquin with a nifty backhander with his back to the NBA net, into the roof of the net, gave Ensworth the lead back. So Ensworth leading NBA 3-2 at the end of 2. Ready to go with the start in third and final period. Hunter Wick still in goal for NBA. Ruben Allen still in goal for Ensworth for this third and final period. NBA will carry the puck from my left to right. Ensworth from my right to left. If the Ice Tigers can hang on and win this game, they will clinch the first Predators Cup berth. Here's Trex Hooper, left wing side of the NBA zone, taking a shot. Misses the net well to the left of Hunter Wick. Puck in the right wing corner. How big is that save on the 4-on-0 that Hunter Wick had right at the end of the second going to be? It was a 4-on-0 rush for Ensworth, and he made the save on Hudson Honeybone. Shot to the right point, stopped by Wick, but Trex Hooper couldn't control the rebound. It was Emmett Zakos shooting from the right point. If Hooper had been able to control the rebound, he might have scored. Now his backhanded cross-ice pass attempt intercepted by Trace Graham, brought back into the Ensworth zone, but well defended by the Ice Tigers. They bring it out. Hooper back into the NBA zone, left wing side, leaves it Spencer Kern back down low. 4-0, Hooper sends it through the crease, trying to get it to Logan Campbell. Here's Ethan Sides, trying to put it in front for Trace Graham, but he couldn't get it to him as Graham went to the front of the Ensworth net. Puck loose, NBA control it, put in front, but knocked away, I think, by Emmett Zakos. Matthew Moore couldn't get to it. Puck over on the far side. Ensworth trying to get it out and having to carry it to center for his team to regroup was Trace Graham. Then he had it taken away right at the Ensworth blue line by Spencer Kern. Kern with a shot just inside the NBA blue line, misses the net to the right of Wick. There's a shot from Duke Dalbo, right circle, just missed the net, high and wide to the right of Ruben Allen. Now Dalba. Right wing side of the Ensworth zone. Gets it in front of shot. Stopped by Allen. The puck slid through the crease with Allen laying on his right side at his left-hand post. But Ethan Moore couldn't knock it in. Puck out at center. Sent back the other way by Andrew Freckitts back in the Ensworth zone. Here's Ethan Moore. Shot from an odd angle, stopped by Ruben Allen. Here's Jack Stooner bringing the puck out to center. Pass across to Will Copeland, or trying to get it to Copeland inside the NBA zone, picked up by Michael Datillo. Datillo ahead to Duke Dalba. But then it's taken back by Ensworth. Emmett Zakos gives it away to Matthew Moore. Moore. Hudson Honeybone now behind his own net. Exits the zone. Back into the NBA end of the right wing side. Around the back of the net. Backhands it in front. Trying to get it to Jackson Malleus. Merritt was knocked away by Moore. Honeybone with it again. Passing it up to the right point. Emmett Zakos. No, that's Zakos taking a shot in the center point. Blocked. And now back the other way goes Trace Graham on a breakaway. Down the Ensworth slide, a backhander. Stopped by Allen. Both goalies have had big saves. Allen's had two big saves on that net down in front of the concession stand. He had one 20 seconds into the game on sides. Now he's at a breakaway save on Trace Graham early in the third. Graham now left wing side of the Ensworth zone, sends it past the net to the left of Allen. Ensworth with it again. Brought to center. Charlie Bonnert backhands it into the NBA zone, but right to Michael Datillo. Passes over to the far side. Cortland Klett back to Datillo. Ahead to Duke Dalba. Dalba, right wing side of the Ensworth zone. Taken away and cleared out by the Ice Tigers. Klett inside his own end. Almost fumbled the puck right in front of Hunter Wick with Henry Esser coming at him. Up. And the whistle was blown. I'm not real. The puck barely touched somebody in the NBA bench and it'd be blown dead. Okay. Draw to the right of Wick. 9:30 to go, 3-2 Ensworth. Here's Duke Dalba inside the NBA zone. Andrew Frick in front. Couldn't stretch out with a shot. Correction, that was James Lehrman. No, it was Ethan Moore, actually. Puck out at center now. Duke Dalba now. Back in the Ensworth zone on the left wing side. Got around one defender. Now the puck carried out to center by Henry Cravens. Cravens back in the NBA zone. Shot hit the skates of James Lehrman. Went into the right wing corner. Clearing attempt. Hit an Ensworth player. Shot in the right circle. Had to be turned away by Wick. It was Esser. Now here's Cortland Klett skating to center. NBA changing the forward line, or most of it. 2/3 of it. James Lehrman's still out there. Puck put in front of the Ensworth net, but taken by the Ice Tigers and brought back to center. Logan Campbell brought down by Trace Graham. Graham out to center. Off to Matthew Moore. Moore left wing side of the Ensworth zone, trying to flip it to the front of the net. It does come to the front of the net, and Ruben Allen gloves it off the bounce and hangs on for the whistle. 8:03 to go, still 3-2 Ensworth. I mentioned the playoff game between these two teams, but around this time last year, they'd had a fantastic game to kick off the second half of the regular season out in Bellevue. Finished 2-2. Ensworth outshot NBA like 42-15. Hunter Wick was great that night. So, yeah, 2 meetings last year. One ended in a tie, and Ensworth won the other, which was pretty doggone important. Here's Trex Hooper, left wing side of the NBA zone. Backhanding it to the inboard, Spencer Kern. Pushed into the boards by Michael DiTillo. And the puck taken away, Ethan Sides. Sends it into the Ensworth zone. He and Beckett Adams lock shoulders, and it's Ensworth who come up with the puck, specifically Hudson Honeybone. Passing it ahead. Trex Hooper back inside the NBA zone. Round defenders, but he lost the puck. Trying to go down the slot. Behind the net, Honeybone. Now Logan Campbell. Leaving it for Spencer Kern, bottom of the left circle. Kern moving up towards the blue line, sending it down the left wing, Campbell. Campbell spinning away from Andrew Freck. Now the puck over on the far side. Campbell still with it. Sends it down to the right wing corner. Jax Dooner. Passing it up to the right point. Emmett Zakos. Zakos' shot was blocked. Comes to Henry Cravens fresh off the bench, and he shoots it wide to the right of Hunter Wick. Puck put in front by Logan Campbell. Cleared out by Ethan Moore. And icing waved off because the puck slowly rolling on its edge back towards the Ensworth goal line, but picked up by the Ice Tigers. Brought right back into the NBA zone. Henry Craven's shot hit the skates of Michael DiTillo. Went into the right wing corner. Puck cleared out. Puck sent back into the Ensworth zone up the far side. Here come the Ice Tigers up. They're going to end up icing it themselves. Icing against NBA was waved off about 10 seconds ago, but the Ice Tigers commit their own icing. 5:36 to go, still 3-2 Ensworth. Draws to the left of Reuben Allen. Ensworth with it. Jackson Malleus-Mayer at center. Into the NBA zone on the left wing side. Sending it towards the net. It would have gone wide to the right of Wick. He actually stuck the stick out to stop it. Now there's a shot from Weston Herringer. It's gloved and held on to by Wick. Draw to the right of Wick. One by the Big Red. Here's Michael DiTillo. Whipping it around to the far boards and out. Now here's Matthew Moore, left wing side of the Ensworth zone. His shot. Getting a piece of it, I think, was Allen on the way by. Now Moore brings it back in from center down the right wing side this time. Past the slot, Trace Graham had it taken away. Now it's back in the NBA zone. James Lehrman back in. Oh, we're going to have a penalty. We're going to have a roughing call against NBA. And it's against Matthew Moore, who can't believe it. Got his hands in his head. Is it against Moore? No, it's not. It's against Graham. This is Trace Graham's third penalty of the game. He served a double minor. Started very late in the first, ended early in the second. If he gets one more penalty, he's out of the game and suspended for NBA's next one. Which I'm not sure when it is. So 4:45 left. Ensworth back to the power play up 3-2. Draw to the left of Wick. Won by the Ice Tigers. Hudson Honeybone up, tried to pass the puck down the right wing off the stick of Matthew Moore and out. Honeybone gets it back, hands it off Henry Cravens. Passes over Malleus-Mayer. Cravens will bring it back in on the right wing side. Cravens battling with Andrew Freck. Logan Campbell. Puck kicked away from him. Oh, and Spencer Curtin didn't see it. Flipped ahead and out by Andrew Freck, and his shot from the left wing side of the Ensworth zone misses the net. Here's Spencer Kern bringing up offside. Henry Cravens skated over the blue line just a little too far ahead of Kern to trigger the offside. 78 seconds to go. 4:03 to go in the game, or 78 seconds left in the power play. 4:03 to go in the game. Still 3-2 Ensworth. Draw is going to be on the dot across from the NBA bench at center. Won by Ensworth. Puck brought back into the Ensworth zone, or sorry, NBA zone by the Ice Tigers. Oh, but Matthew Moore takes it away from Logan Campbell and clears it, but then Spencer Kern gets it off of Moore. Minute left in the power play for Ensworth. As they bring it out of their own zone. Puck sent back into the NBA end. Hudson Honeybone trying to catch up to it. Slaps it away from Michael Detillo. Puck out on the far side, held in at the right point. Trex Hooper fires it back down the right wing. It's behind the net. Cortland Klett's going to clear it out, but not very far. Picked up by Hooper. .30 seconds left in the power play for Ensworth. Spencer Kern, right wing side of the NBA zone. Passing up to the right point, and Hudson Honeybone to the top of the left circle. Henry Cravens back to Honeybone, now back over to Spencer Kern. Kern backing up to the blue line. Leaves it at the right point for Honeybone. Honeybone moving down the right wing. Honeybone below the goal line. Passing to the right circle, and Kern back up top or towards the top to, I think, Cravens. Penalty time against NBA is up the back at even strength. Cravens with a shot in the center point, blocked. Comes down to Henry Esser, try to backhand it in front to Cravens. Or sorry, Logan Campbell. And it ends up being iced by the Big Red. 2:35 to go, still 3-2 Ensworth. NBA going to keep the timeout in the back pocket, it seems. They're going to wait just a little bit longer. Well, the draw's going to be to the right of Wick anyway. It'd be stupid to pull him now. You waste that timeout with a puck being in your zone while you're or face-off being in your zone while you're trailing. Draw to Wick's right. NBA end up clearing it out. Here's Andrew Freck at center. Correction, it's Matthew. Yeah, no, it's Andrew Freck. I got it right the first time. But put out in front, and a one-timer missed the net. I think that was Ethan Moore. Yeah, it was Ethan Moore on the one-timer. Puck cleared out. Now it's picked up, I think, Clayton Forbes, right wing side of the NBA zone. Whips on his shot attempt to the right circle, but then gets the puck to the front of the net, and it went off the stick of Hunter Wick. And he had to stretch out to get it over to Trace Graham. Otherwise, Forbes would have been in with a chance to poke it in. Puck back in the Ensworth zone. It's out on the far side. Ethan Moore. Shot in the left point. Knocked down with the glove of Ruben Allen. Puck cleared out by Ensworth. Surprised Allen didn't hang on to that. He wants to run the clock down as much as possible. Ensworth dumped the puck back into the NBA zone. Puck whipped around to the near side. It's at center. Send back into the NBA zone. Matthew Moore Ethan Sides passing it ahead to Matthew Moore. And now they're calling Hunter Wick to the bench for the extra attacker. Nope. He has to go back because Ensworth regained possession of the puck. They end up icing it. And now NBA are going to use their timeout with 65 seconds left. Hunter Wick started to come to the bench, but then he saw Ensworth regaining possession of the puck inside the NBA zone, and he had to retreat back. Ice Tigers ice it. .65 seconds left, 3-2, Ensworth leading. Shots on goal read 26-18. I think they're shorting Ensworth like 4 or 5 shots. NBA is probably about right. NBA of six players, six skaters out on the ice. Hunter Wick is still in goal. They're having to call him to the bench. Make sure they don't give it to too many men. Power play. So the net is empty. 65 seconds to go. Ensworth up 3-2. Draw is to the right of Ruben Allen. Won by Ensworth. They try and clear. Held into the left point. Cortland Klett. Shot from Michael Datillo. Blocked. It ends up going past the net. We're inside the final minute of the game now. Duke Dalba's shot. Stopped by Allen in front. And a shot stopped and held on to by Allen from Ethan Sides. NBA had like 3 great chances from within 5 feet of the front of the net. Draws to Allen's right. NBA win the draw. Puck put in front, score! Matthew Moore! From the left circle, knocks it into the roof of the net! 3-3 with 42.8 seconds left! And it looks like Ensworth's hopes of clinching a Preds Cup berth tonight are going to be dashed again! 3-3 with 42.8 seconds left. Draw one by the Big Red. Duke Dalba brings it back into the Ensworth zone, but had to let it go because offside warning. Back through center come Ensworth. Spencer Kern, high slot, a shot, slowed up with the stick of Cortland Klett, went past the net. Under 30 seconds to go now. Puck passed up to the left point. Beckett Adams, a shot. Oh, just hit the outside of the right-hand side of the net. Puck out on the far boards. Now it's sent around to the left wing corner. Can Datillo clear? Oh, it's just held in atop the blue line by Adams. Oh, but Trex Hooper, they say it went out. They said it went out when Adams tried to keep it in, and Hooper touched it up offside. 6.2 seconds left. 3-3. Draw going to be on the dot in front of the NBA bench. Draw one by the Ice Tigers. Lucas Tarquin brings it in, but time runs out. He got off a shot that was knocked away by the glove of Wick. It wouldn't have counted anyway. Time runs out, and NBA rescue a point against Ensworth. The game ends 3-3. And now the only way Ensworth can clinch a Preds Cup berth tonight is if Montgomery County beats Centennial or they end in a tie. That ain't going to happen. I'll explain why Ensworth still haven't clinched a Preds Cup berth just yet in a minute. But what a game. What a game. All six goals were scored by a different player. NBA's 3 goals came from Ethan Sides, Trace Graham, and Matthew Moore. Ensworth's came from Henry Cravens, Trex Hooper, and Lucas Tarquin. So Ensworth, player of the game is going to be Hunter Wick. Yet again, he withstands an Ensworth barrage and helps his team get a tie out of it. Ensworth are now 9-0-2, 9 wins, no losses, 2 ties. NBA are now 6-3-2, 6 wins, 3 losses, and 2 ties. So here's why, if Centennial beat Montgomery County like they should, Ensworth won't clinch a Preds Cup berth tonight. Centennial are playing their 9th game of the season. They are 3-5, 3 wins, 5 losses. If Centennial were to win their last 7 games of the season, they would finish with 20 points from 10 wins. Ensworth are now at 20 points, but they only have 9 wins. If Ensworth were to lose their 4 remaining games of the season, and Centennial were to win their remaining 7, Ensworth would finish the season 9-4-2. Centennial would finish 10-5. Centennial would be placed ahead of Ensworth due to having more wins 10-9. So that is why Ensworth will probably not clinch a Preds Cup berth tonight, because Centennial are probably going to beat Montgomery County. But they'll get another crack on Wednesday night against JP2, and we'll be here for that. Wow. What a game. What a game between both teams. That was amazing. Lived up to the billing again. So the first game of our tripleheader is done. Final score, Ensworth-Nolensville-Lipscomb 3, Montgomery Bell 3. Again, Hunter Wick is our player of the game. Coming up at 7 p.m., it's pregame for the Outlaws in Brentwood. The next game in our tripleheader this evening, the last week of play before the Thanksgiving break. Again, the final score, another terrific game between Ensworth-Nolensville-Lipscomb and MBA. It finishes 3-3. Pregame for Brentwood and the Outlaws coming up at 7 o'clock.